Welcome students. This is this lecture video is a part of ProScience School Digital Learning Program. Today we continue our chapter Periodic Classification of Elements. In our previous lecture, we discussed about various periodic trends like ionization, enthalpy, atomic sizes, Z effective. Okay, today we discuss remaining periodic trends like electron gain enthalpy, electronegativity, and valency, and their variation along period and groups. So I will look on that. The first one is electron gain enthalpy that can be symbolized as del Eg H. H is a sign of enthalpy. So what about the definition of electron gain enthalpy? It is a molar enthalpy change when an isolated gaseous atom or ion in its ground state gain an electron to form a corresponding anions. If some of the electrons is added by isolated gaseous atom or ion, then the amount of energy released or gain is called electron gain enthalpy. So basically, electron gain enthalpy can be endothermic or exothermic. Okay, it may possible that on addition of electron, heat is energy is released or gain. If released, then the sign of enthalpy is negative, and if energy is gained by the process, then sign of the enthalpy is positive. So have a look on that. There is an atom. X is a gaseous atom. After gaining one electron, become converted into uni-negative X atom. So it form anion here, and there is a gaining of an electron. It represents the that delta EGH may be positive or negative. Okay, as you already discussed it. So what about the periodic trend of electron gain enthalpy? Okay, I show the both. I show a common periodic trend about the electron gain enthalpy. You just here, if we move from left to right, then electron gain enthalpy will increases, and if we move from top to bottom inside the group, then electron gain enthalpy will decreases. Why it is so happen? Because the Z effective from top to bottom get decreases, and it is quite inconvenient to hold an electron that is already having negative charge. Okay, so because of large size, nucleus is not offering too much Z effective or attractive force. That's why electron gain enthalpy get decreases from top to bottom. Come to the next, that is your periodic trends. In period, the electron gain enthalpy increases from left to right. Why? Because if we see from left to right, electronegativity will increases. Okay, you can also give the answer in favor of Z effective. As you move from left to right inside a period, then effective nuclear charge will also increases, and that leads to increase in electron gain enthalpy. Next one is inside the group. The electron gain enthalpy will decreases if you move from top to bottom due to decrease in Z effective. Now the next periodic trend is valence electron. So how we define this valence electron? The total number of electrons present in outermost shell of an atom is called valence electrons. Okay. And what about the valency? Valency is a basically combining capacity of an element called valency. Okay. And by the electronic theory, we can define as the number of electrons which an atom gains or lose or share with the other atom to attain the noble gas configuration is called valency. Okay, so valency can be explained in terms of gaining, losing, and sharing of electron. Suppose we take an example of methane molecule. Then there is a methane molecule is a kind of covalent compound which share the electrons. And if we see the electron dot structure of methane, then carbon is present at the center and share its 4 electron. So the valency of carbon is 4. As similar, if we see the example of chlorine, which gain 1 electron and convert into chloride ion, so its valency is 1. If we take a case of loosening of the electron, so the metal are easily lose the electrons. If you take an example of sodium, after loosening of 1 electron, it gain unipositive charge and its valency become 1. One thing is to be remember is that valency neither be positive or negative, it always a digit. Okay, so what about the periodic trend of a valency? If we see, if we see the periodic trend from inside the period, then what we see, lithium beryllium that belongs to group number first and second, while boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine and neon that belongs to group number 13, 14, 15 and up to 18. So their group number can easily tell us about their valence electron. You can see here group number 1 having valence electron 1, group number 2 elements belongs to group number second always having valence electron 2, elements which belongs to 13 group having 3 valency. You can see here the last digit, that is third, that is fourth, so it represents the number of valence electron. And if we have to find the valency, then we have to write it such up to 3 electron. Okay, you can see here the valency for the lithium is 1, beryllium is 2, boron is 3, for the carbon is it is 4. So we can write valency that is equal to valence electron up to 4. After 4 we have to subtract 5, 6, 7, 8 from the 8. Suppose we have to subtract 5 is greater than 4, so we have to subtract it from 8. So 8 minus 5 is 3, 8 minus 6 is 2, 8 minus 7 is 1, and 8 minus 8 is 0. That's why this 18 group is also known as 0 group, because the member of its this group is always having valency 0. Okay, so there is a correction, you can correct it. Yes, you can see here the valency of carbon is 4. Okay, so what about the periodic trend? If you see, if you notice the periodic trend, then what we see, as we move inside a period from left to right, then the valencies gradually increases up to 4 and then decreases till group number 18, that is 0. And if we see from top to bottom inside the group, then valency remains constant. So periodic trend of a valency is inside the period, the valency first increases then decreases from left to right, while inside a group the valency remains constant from top to bottom inside a group. That means the first element which is having valency is the valency of the remaining members of that group. Okay, so this is all are about valency. And the last one, there is a note, valency can't be negative or positive, it always a digit. Okay, so don't put the positive or negative sign. Now our next periodic trend is electronegativity. Basically this term is involved during formation of a covalent bond because it is a relative periodic trend. Okay, so it is a relative tendency of an atom in a molecule to attract shared pair of electrons. These shared pair of electrons are present inside the covalent bond. Okay, so if two elements are bonded with the help of a covalent bond and both are having different electronegativity, for example hydrochloric acid, that is HCl, the electronegativity of hydrogen is about 2.3, while the electronegativity of chlorine is around 3.61, like that. So if we see, the electronegativity of chlorine is more than hydrogen, So the shared pair of electron is more towards the chlorine atom, and that is a electronegativity. So the tendency of an atom in a molecule to attract shared pair of electron is called electronegativity. Now there are two measuring scales for the electronegativity. One is Pauling and another is Mulliken scale. Pauling scale completely based on thermodynamic data. Okay, we can numerically calculate the electronegativities that are based on bond dissociation enthalpies. That means bond energy. There is a formula that already written in your book. Okay, so if you see this formula, then you can easily calculate the electronegativity according to Pauling scale. And another rarely used scale, that is Mulliken scale. So basically there are not two scale only. There may be four scales. For example, Allen scale is also there. But we discuss only these two scales because they are in your syllabus. Okay. So what about the periodicity of electronegativity? You can see here inside a period, if you move from left to right, then Z effective will increase it, and due to which electronegativity will also increase because so that in a periodic trend, if we move from left to right, then electronegativity will increases, and inside a group, the electronegativity decreases from top to bottom. So this is all are about periodic trend of electronegativity. Okay. Finally, we compile all the periodic trends in a single pictorial. You can see here there are two lines. There is a x-axis, there is a y-axis. You can see here. If you put a periodic table in between two axes, then one is left to right and another end is from top to bottom. So if we see the first periodic trend that we already learned about it, that is Z effective, then atomic size, then electronegativity, another is electron gain enthalpy, ionization enthalpy, metallic character, non-metallic characters. So what is the basic trend? If you move from left to right, then Z effective will increases. So the atomic size again decreases. We can explain electronegativity, electron gain enthalpy, ionization enthalpy, metallic character, non-metallic character by giving the reason is of atomic size. But if we have to explain this atomic size, then we have to give the reason in favor of Z effective. So basically, Z effective is responsible for such behavior of these trends. So as we see from left to right, okay. First of all, we talk about this atomic size. If we see from top to bottom inside the group, then atomic size will increases always. Why? Due to increase in number of shells, or we can say due to decrease in Z effect. Suppose we take a group first, that is lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium, and francium. We never include this francium. Why? Because it is a radioactive element. So we see, then we conclude that from if you move from top to bottom, the atomic size is gradually increases. Okay, and if we move from left to right inside a period, then atomic size will decreases due to increase in Z effect. So you can explain it. There is another important thing is that at last there is a group number 18, and if we see comparatively, the size of noble gas atom is larger as compared to the group 17, 16, 15, 14, and 13. So how suddenly we observe the increase in atomic size? The reason is that because here we consider the van der Waals radius at the place of covalent radius, and as we know, van der Waals radius is the largest among the radii, all the radii. That's why in the respective period, all the noble gases are having generally comparatively show large value of their atomic radii. Okay, so this is all are about the periodic trend. And another important thing which conclude from this tutorial is that fluorine is the most electronegative element. If we see here, Fluorine is the most electronegative element, while cesium is the most electropositive element among the periodic table. Okay. So these are the some important conclusions that we made. Okay, diagonally we can also compare the metallic and non-metallic character. If we move from cesium to fluorine diagonally, then non-metallic character will increases due to increase in electronegativity or effective nuclear charge. And as we see, from fluorine to cesium, then metallic character will decreases. Why? Because if you move from fluorine to cesium, then Z effective will increases, Z effective will decreases, and atomic size will increases. And because of that, there is very easy to lose an electron, and due to which metallic character will increases. Oh, metallic character will increases. Yes. So you have to draw this periodic trend in your notebook as such. Okay. I repeat again, I never explain these topics again in your academic session. So you have to note from these slides as such. Okay, I will discuss only the question answer which are problematic only. Okay, so you have to complete these notes along with the date. Okay, in your notebook also. And I want to remember again that worksheet questions can be come into your unit test also. Okay, so this is your worksheet about periodicity. That is question first. Is the most electronegative element in the periodic table, that is fluorine, having electronegativity that is 4, that measured on a Pauling scale. Come to the next question number second. Cesium is the most electropositive element in the periodic table because of its maximum or largest atomic size. Next one is third is the metallic character. Yes, increases down the group. Now non-metallic character which are decreases down the group. And last question, that is atomic size, that is increases down the group due to decrease in Z effective. Z effective is all are about the attractive force which are offered by a nucleus to the outermost electron that are present in a shell. If the attractive force towards the nucleus is increases, then size will decreases. But there is a contrast effect can be seen because there is a decrease in effective nuclear charge will lead to increase in atomic size. So this is all are about today lecture. Okay, you have to note these question and answers in your notebook along with the date. If you got some difficulty, you can ask in our comment section. Okay, thanking you. Have a nice day.